Hi, and welcome to the seventh session of Power Up Thursdays. As you might have known, this is a monthly recurring series that we have that we are focusing on the features and the essential features of Sertifier, and also a chance for me to answer all of your questions live. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm very excited to be here as always, as each month. Without further ado, I have a very brief presentation so that we can outline uh, the outcome that we are expecting this month. So all the things that we will be covering, we will be starting from the details on how to set up your organization profile. Then we will be moving on to creating and sending digital credentials through Sertifier. And then we will also take a look at the analytics features that we have within the app, and we will end with a 10 to 15 minutes of live Q&A session. And if you have any questions during the session, please don't wait until the end to let us know the questions. Our CEO, Arda, is here with us today as well. So he will be able to answer any questions that you have and provide any necessary links and also resources throughout the session as well. So please let us know all of your questions. At the end of the session, our goal is that you will be able to navigate Sertifier with ease, that you are familiar with all of the features that we have. You will be able to create and issue digital credentials from scratch. You will be able to track the analytics of the issued credential campaigns that you have and be able to track all of the credential campaigns. At the end, you will have a complete understanding of all of our features. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Without further ado, let's switch to the app and we can get started with how to set up your organization account. So here is the dashboard. This is the page that you will be seeing whenever you log into your Sertifier account. And within this dashboard, we have one of the important things that we have is the name change request located on the right side of the screen, where you will be able to see the name change request that your recipients are sending. So if there's a typo or a mistake within the recipient name, your recipients will be able to create a name change request from their credential pages, in which you will be able to see all of the requests and approve the ones that you see fit. And another exciting thing that we have within our dashboard is the application process for our new initiative Credential Alliance program. So if you have time, please feel free to check it out. We are very excited. We really believe that this will be a game changer within the industry. So if you want to get more information on the subject, please feel free to reach out to us or check out the application form within the app. Let's go to our organization settings then to set up our profile. So either you can click on the organization name located on the top right corner, or you can also utilize the settings button right here. When you are at the organization settings page, the first thing that you will be doing to be able to send the digital credentials is completing your issuer profile settings. And all of the issuer profile settings, including your organization's logo, name, website, and as well as your contact email, will be displayed within the credential pages of the issued credentials that you have. So if any of your recipients have a question about the credential that has been issued to them, they will be able to contact you through the email that you have left within the issuer profile settings. So this is, we always suggest our customers and all of our users to complete the issuer profile settings beforehand issuing credentials. And also, here we have the issuer profile customization option as well. So you can keep your issuer profile live, which is basically a display that you can use to showcase all of the credentials that you are offering the credential collections if you have any, and you can also select recipients to display within your issuer profile as well. And you can customize and select the credentials, collections, or recipients that you wish to showcase within your issuer profile. From right here, to see your issuer profile, you can click on the Visit Issuer Profile button. And next, under the general settings, probably the most important part of the general settings is the LinkedIn organization number. And we have a hyperlink here that you can click and check out the details of how to find and locate your LinkedIn organization number. This is important because this number ensures that whenever your recipients share their credentials on LinkedIn, that the credential links to your organization's profile on LinkedIn and that the organization's profile picture is visible. So if this is not typed in, please be sure to check out the knowledge base article that we have on the subject. And apart from the LinkedIn organization number, we also have URLs for all of your social media accounts, which you can showcase within the emails that will be sent to your recipients. It's totally up to your preference. You can also display your social media accounts within your issue profile as well. Lastly, we have the contact information and the address information of your organization. So this contact phone is only for us to use if there is need. So this phone number won't be shared with any of your recipients, will only be utilized by us. When you scroll down on the organization settings page, here you will see the application to be a verified issuer. To be a verified issuer is to be registered within the Velocity Network Foundation, and that it is a step to ensure that all of the credentials you sent are globally recognizable and verifiable, and it's as a step of trust between you and the recipients that you have. This is not a mandatory process. You can start your application anytime you want. However, being a verified issuer is important to showcase the dedication, and also the credentials you are issuing are verifiable and trustable and recognizable around the globe. And lastly, within the organization settings, we have the account preferences where you can adjust the date format that you wish to use across the platform. And also the credential update notification emails. So these update emails are the emails that will be sent to your recipient if there's a change within the credential campaign. So this can be a change within the credential design or credential details. And if you wish to keep this turned on, your recipients will be notified about these changes automatically by our system. However, it's again up to your preference to turn this off as well if you do not want your recipients to receive any notification emails. This is all in terms of organization settings. These are the steps that you will have to complete before issuing credentials. And also within the settings, we have a few different tabs here that you can visit. However, a few ones that I want to mention within this session is first the users tab. Which is useful in the sense that if you are working with if you are working with a team on issuing credentials, this allows you to add account admins to your accounts so that they also have their own separate login information and that they can utilize their personal email to log into the platform. And also, as the admin of the account, you will be able to adjust the permissions of these users as well. So whenever you click on the Add New User button right here, you will just need to type in the email of the user that you wish to add and then adjust the permissions. So you can choose which pages they have access to. And whenever you click Add User, the user will be notified through email, and they can then start using Sertifier and start logging into Sertifier with their own email address. And another tab that I want to mention, which is within the settings again, is the tab of email domain. So this is a feature that is currently accessible to all of our Pro Plus and Pro and Enterprise customers, which allows you to utilize your own brand's domain so that all of the emails that are being sent to your recipients will be going over your own domain, and all of the necessary details, all of the necessary setup details to set up this custom domain is located on this page. So if you wish to use your own custom email domain to send emails to your recipients, you can also utilize this tab to ensure that the branding is totally set up. And this was all in terms of the organization settings. And I want to move on to start creating credentials. So to be able to create a credential campaign, the first thing that you will need to do is just on the left menu here, click Create Campaign. And this button will navigate you to a credential campaign page, which provides you with all the steps that is necessary for you to complete this credential, starting from the credential details and then creating a credential design, setting up the email template, and adding your recipients. So we will go over each of them one by one. And let's start with credential details. If you already have a detail that you wish to use, you can do so. You can select one of the details that you have created. However, if you wish to create a new credential detail, you can utilize this button right here and start creating the new detail for this credential campaign. And currently, we have 3 mandatory fields that you will have to fill, which includes the credential title, the credential description, and the related skills. So all of this information, all of the information that you will provide within the credential details will be displayed within the credential page. So your recipients will be able to see the details that you have provided. And this credential details page have been updated recently, and we made some updates in terms of the optional fields that we have right here. And to showcase all of the details, let's start with credential title. I will use the example of an advanced marketing course. And then you will fill in your description. And after that, it is typing a keyword that is relevant to this course. So in that case, it could be marketing. And you will see a list of all the suggested skills that we have right here. We have a very extensive skills library, so we are confident that you will be able to find whatever skill that you are looking for. Let's go with digital marketing for this course. And as you can see, whenever I select one of the skills within this credential details page, both the AI-generated skill suggestions and also the related skills will appear, which you can choose to add more skills to the credential details. So let's add social media marketing and also maybe public relations campaign, let's say. And another feature that we have right here is being able to add a custom skill. So if you are not able to find the skill that you are looking for, after typing the keywords, you will be scrolling to the very bottom of this search list. After going to the very bottom of this list, you will see the button to add the skill as a custom skill, in which you will be able to see the custom added skill within the skills. And to talk about some of the optional fields that we have, you can state the credential type, you can state the duration of the training or the course, you can state if this was a free or a paid event, you can state the level of the course starting from the beginner going up to professional, and you can also list the earning criteria that is necessary for your recipients to accomplish to be able to get this credential. And two of the other optional fields that we have is first, which I want to talk more in detail about, is setting up an expire date. So if you wish this credential campaign to be invalid after a certain period of time, you can either set a validity period or also select an expire date. And after you have selected an expire date for your credential, so let's say this will be valid for 2 years. And after you have done so, you can also add custom reminder emails reminding your recipients that the validity period is coming to an end soon. And you can also customize the dates of these reminders to be sent. So let's say we have 10 days before expiration date an email, 5 days, and lastly 2 days before the expiration date to notify our recipients. And another optional field that I want to go more in detail is being able to add supporting documents to the credential details. So this can be a syllabus that you have. This can include research papers or any other documentation that you feel like your recipients will need to reach later. So you can add all of these documentation as a URL. So this will allow you to make sure that the any necessary documents are reachable by your recipients. And this was all in terms of setting up our credential details. We have written our title, description, selected the skills that we have, and added any optional fields that we wanted to be included in this credential campaign. So whenever I click Save and Continue, we will be back at the credential campaign page, and then later we can move on to creating a design for our credential. So we have 2 types of designs that you can utilize. First one being a certificate, and other is a badge. And you can choose to include both of them in the same campaign as well. So it is up to your decision to include them both or just one of these credential types. So let's go with a certificate design. And I also just want to say that the designers that we have for either it's the certificate or the badge are very similar in their nature. So you can apply all of the knowledge that I am giving right now to the badge designer as well. And similar to the credential details, if there's a already created design that you wish to utilize, you can just select the design. Or if not, you can create a new design. Within our credential designer, there are 2 options that you can choose from in terms of the design. We have an extensive template library in which you can choose any template from and utilize the template. Or you can also upload your own certificate or badge design as well using the upload design button right here. So since I want to show you some of our templates, I will just select one from our library. Let's go with this one this time. And within the certificate design, some of the elements that we have are the text elements, which you can customize to your needs, and also the attributes. So the attributes are variables that will be filled out by our system. So for example, here we have the attribute of recipient name, in which later, after you uploaded your recipients, will be automatically filled by our system. And to see more of the attributes that we have, from the left menu right here, you can click to attributes. And we have 3 types of attributes that you can utilize. First one being the recipient attributes, then the credential attributes, and lastly, the issuer attribute. So you can choose any of them that you wish to include within your design. And if there's an attribute that you wish to use, but we don't have available within our system, you can also create a custom attribute as well. So to do so, just click Create New Attribute. And after, the only thing that you will need to do is filling out the attribute name and selecting the attribute type. So for example, the example that we have here is the graduation score, which will be a number attribute in terms of its type. And after you have filled out these two fields, you can click Add. And as you can see, I have a list of all the custom attributes that I have added before. So once you add a custom attribute to the system, you will be able to access to that attribute and utilize the attribute indefinitely. And talking about the another pages that we have within the designer is next the images step, in which you can include your logo. So the logo that you have uploaded from the organization settings will automatically appear here for your use. Or you can also upload any additional images as well. And another one of our cooler features is adding a QR code to your certificates and badge designs. And this is a dynamic code, which will be unique for each credential and each recipient. And after you have added this QR code, whenever it is scanned, it will lead to the credential page of this credential. And you can adjust its color as well to apply with your branding. If we are happy with our credential design, you can rename the credential design that you have so it doesn't get mixed up with other designs. After that, you can, and also another feature that we have added is being able to test for the preview. So since we have the recipient name here, we can test for different recipient names, so that we can get a preview of this credential. And if you have more attributes within this within a credential design, you will be also able to test for different attributes as well. So let's say I will use my own name to test the credential design that I have, in which I can see it is filled in. So I can just test out for different attributes within the credential design to make sure that it is all looking up to my standards. And if I'm happy with the credential design, I can click Save and Continue. I will be back at the credential campaign page. From there, I can either move on to creating an email template, or I can also create a badge design for the same credential campaign as well. So let's move on to creating an email template. The email templates, the emails within the app, are the emails that are used to notify your recipients that they have received a new credential. So just like the credential design or credential details, you can utilize some of the previously created templates that you have. Or if not, you can click Create New Templates, Create New Email. From there, you will be able to customize the email template that you have. Let me select one of the email templates that I already have. From there, I will be able to move on to typing in the from and the subject fields. For the from field, it is best practice to use your company name. So for my credential right here, it will be Acme. For the subject, you can utilize the subject field to your liking. So I will write congrats. As you can see, after I have chosen my certificates design, my credential design, created my details, and created an email template, the recipient's selection is now available for my use. So whenever you are uploading recipients to your campaign, you can either select from the previously uploaded recipients that is stored within the app, so you don't have to upload the same recipient over and over again. you can utilize the lists that you have, and also you can upload an Excel sheet to add new recipients. And whenever you add recipients to a campaign, here you can see the 3 options that I have talked about. I will be showing you an example of how to select and upload an Excel document. So this can be an Excel document or also a CSV document as well for lists that are larger. So you will click choose file, and then we will go to locate our recipient document. And as you can see, I have 2 columns right here, one being the full name of the recipients and the other one being the email address. So this is in general the most basic form that you can utilize. However, if you have more attributes, more recipient attributes that you wish to utilize, or any other custom attributes that you have created, you can also add these as separate columns as well. And after you have uploaded your documents, you will be choosing and matching the attributes so that the system knows which information to utilize in which attribute. So in this case, this will be the full name. And one of the things to note here is that whenever you are uploading a document, it's important to make sure that there are no 2 separate columns for first name and last name. It should be a full name for the system to recognize and fill in the certifications. For this one, it will be email. And after you have matched your attributes, another thing that you will have to do is deciding if there are already existing recipients within this list that you have uploaded before. And if there is a change within this recipient information, what do you want the system to do with this updated information, updated recipient information? So the first option that we have right here will update all previously issued credentials and use the information for future credentials as well. The second option will be using this information only for future credentials, so none of the credentials that you have issued before won't be affected. And lastly, the last option will ignore changes altogether, so none of the recipient information will be updated. And after you click save, you can see a list of the recipients that you have uploaded. If there is need, you can click edit for each recipient and edit the recipient information right here. If you wish to add more recipients, you can utilize the add recipients button once more and either select from existing ones or upload a new Excel document. And after selecting and uploading my recipients, I can click save and continue, in which we will be back at the credential campaign page. And the only thing that is left for me to do is managing the campaign options. So the campaign title that we have right here is only internal, so it won't be displayed to your recipients. However, it is just to make sure that the campaigns that you have are ordered and they don't get mixed up. So please make sure to give your campaign a title. And also we have the campaign privacy management right here. And if it's set to private, the credential won't be accessible by third parties within the recipient's profile. It will still be searchable, it will still be verifiable, so it won't lose anything from its functionality. However, if it's set to private, it will only appear to the owner, the recipient, within the recipient's profile. And lastly, within the campaign options, we have the social sharing text. So whenever your recipients are sharing credentials on either it's on LinkedIn or it's in X or Facebook, this text will appear automatically. So you can utilize the social sharing text to include any hashtags that you are utilizing in your social media accounts and any other details that you wish to be included. The recipients will be able to edit this text if needed. However, it just makes easier for your recipients to be able to share their credentials. And after I am I have added my details, design, email, recipients, managed and completed campaign options. I can click preview and send. And within the preview page, you will be able to see the preview of the credentials for each recipient. So this is the preview of the credential page of the credential, in which you can see the details that we have added. As I talked about before, all of the details will be visible within the credential page. Here you can see the share options and download options, as well as the button for verifying the credential. And if I want to make sure, I can also check for different recipients as well. So here's Arda's credential, and not only the credential pages, but I can get a preview of the emails as well. So if I go to emails, here you can see the email template that I have added, which is customizable, including my organization's logo, and also the option to include information text for your recipients is accessible as well. So this has all the necessary information for your recipients, so they know how to share their credentials, how to utilize their credentials. And after I have viewed the previews, I can either send a test credential. So this is also another suggestions that we generally make to our users. So this just is another step for you to check the credential campaign that you have created. You can enter your own email address, or you can also add another colleague's email address as well. And the test credentials will be sent to you through email, and they will be deleted after 2 weeks. And the credential page for these test credentials will have a disclaimer saying that this is a test credential. After that, I can either schedule this credential for later, or I can also send the credentials right now. So whenever I click send now, it will ask for my confirmation. And here I can see that the credentials have begun to distribute. After you have issued your credential, you will be at the campaigns page. So here you can see all of the credential campaigns that you have issued before. And just to mention, we also have, just like campaigns, in the left menu, we have the credential designs, in which you can see the designs that you have, the details, the email templates, and also a list of your recipients and list. After I have issued my credentials, to see how my credentials are doing, the analytics feature, this is what it is for. And within the analytics feature, first, the first tab that we have is the summary tab, which showcases a summary of all the credentials that you have issued. However, if you wish to see the summary for a certain credential, you can filter for credentials. So let's see the details for these 3. And also another feature that we have here, which is very important, is being able to bulk download the PDFs of these credentials. So whenever you click this button, you can choose the credential campaigns that you wish to receive the PDFs for, and you will get an email notification saying that your export is ready. The second tab that I want to mention within the analytics is the credentials tab. So this is a more in detail page of your credentials, and here you can see each credential one by one, and you can also track the status of each credential. So here you can see these are the credentials that I have just sent. I can see that they have been delivered. And for previously other credentials, here I can see if the email was opened, if the recipient has viewed the credential page, or if they have shared their credential on LinkedIn, downloaded it, or shared it on another social media platform. Here you can see we have a filter for status. So if I want to see a list of all the LinkedIn profile updates, I can filter by the status, and here I have a list of all the credentials that have been added to LinkedIn. I can filter by dates. I can filter by credential campaign as well, just like the summary tab. And also, I can create and also download the credential reports that I have here as an Excel file. So after you have created your report, so I have a report of all the credentials that have been added to LinkedIn, I can click download as Excel file, and the file, when it is prepared, will be downloaded directly to my computer. So this is just an easier step for you to both create and also store the credential reports that you have created. So we started with organization settings, we issued the credentials, and then we took a look on how to track the credentials that we have issued. This was all in terms of the information that I wanted to give. So I will stop my screen share right now and see if we have any questions that I can answer. And if you have any questions, please feel free to also open up your mic as well. And you can ask your questions face to face. And also, another thing that I want to say is after the session, I will be sending a PDF guide, a full PDF guide of all the features that we have. So you can expect this document to be delivered earlier in the next week. And I also want to say that you will be receiving a badge for participating and taking the time to join us in the 7th session of Power Up Thursdays. So if we don't have any questions, I want to thank you all. Thank you so much for coming. It's always a pleasure. And the next Power Up Thursday that we have will be on the 3rd Thursday of December. So if you have any questions then, please feel free to register for the event, and we'll see you next month. Thank you for coming.